Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back. Back with another big update on what I've been doing so far on these two cars. Um, as you can see, there's quite a bit more built up since the last update. Trying to figure some things out, getting some things figured out. Some of the hard stuff is pretty much done. I just have basically some details and a few things that are still uncertain that I could run into some issues with yet. But um, the biggest thing was we got the suicide doors on, and I kind of figured out how to uh, get those built the right way. Um, Basically, what I had to do with those is I built one door per how Lego wanted me to do it, and then I built the normal style opening door how the mock wanted me to make it, and then I basically took portions of both doors and was able to figure out the hinge situation over here. Lego actually has it a whole nother stud over, and the mock has it a stud thinner, and that's basically to make up for the fill that the pillar in between the doors creates. So had to figure out some of that stuff. Had to figure out how to get these pillars in place. Now this is the area where this door would originally hinge off of. As you can see on the passenger side here, how that opens like a normal door. And then now we have kind of a neat view there. You can see the driver's side passenger door opens normal, and then the passenger side back door opens the suicide way to allow the gunner seat to come out. And you guys can see I've changed a lot with the gunner seat since you guys saw it. There's not near the mechanism that there was in here before. I eliminated as much of that as possible to actually give me some floor room for the one of the seats back here, and just that way the door actually has a little bit more purpose of opening, not just for this, but so people can get in and out. So we gained a lot of room in that area. I still have a few things to figure out with this. You guys can see I do still have the spring cylinder in there, but it is completely hand controlled now. I don't have that whole other piece that came in behind here. And I thinned this piece down, the whole main support that the seat's built off of. And I also, this used to stick out a lot further than what it does now. So I tried to clean that up and kind of tighten it up a little bit more, make that look a little bit better. And that all worked out pretty good. Trying to figure out what to do with the flooring over here, because I do have to cover this up. And so I can build a few things on top of it. And then I have to figure out how the rest of the flooring is going to go. You guys can see I have kind of the placement for the little remote control ghost trap. This is just a dummy door. It's not going to be an operating trap door like on the original Lego set. Had to lose a little bit of playability just for some realism. That's fine. These are going to be static most of the time, so that was kind of hard to figure out because I had to kind of figure that out before getting the whole back end structure on. So I kind of had to figure out my placement, how wide to make it, if I wanted to keep it the original 6x6, or if I wanted to do a little bit smaller 4x4. I had to figure a lot of that out before even putting the back end of the car together, so that was kind of difficult to try to figure out. Had to look ahead on some of that stuff and figure all that out. But I think it'll work pretty good there. It's roughly about where it would be in the actual car. And then another thing I kind of had to figure out was room for some of the panels and some of the special boxes and equipment that's in the side here. Had to make sure I have at least 2 studs worth of room to build something off of. Over here is a little different because of the wheel well cover. I'm kind of limited down to one, but there's not, the stuff only extends so far, so I've got a little bit of play, and I can build stuff a little shallow too. Not that big of a deal. I should be able to pull that off. We have the other seat that I have to build, which is probably going to go right here in this space. But I have to figure out if I'm raising the whole floor up or not. So still quite a bit to figure out. My next big hurdle, though, is going to be the door interiors. I know I'm going to have spacing issues with the chair. I might have to modify the chair a little bit and see about getting it to sit over just a little bit further so I have enough room for all the door details. So I have to get those built and on and kind of see where I'm at with spacing. Once I get that taken care of, all the hard stuff will be done, luckily. So the rest of it will just be kind of going off of the mock, except for a lot of this back detail. I'm going to have to come up with a lot of that myself. If I'm going to be raising the floor up, I have to figure that out yet, because then some of this stuff has to change for this other seat that's going in here. So still quite a bit yet to go, but we got some of the hard stuff taken care of. And I like how it's coming out. Everything's coming along really cool. It's going to look awesome. Regardless of what I have to go through yet to make everything work, it is going to look really cool when it's all done. I'm going to make sure I have some pictures from inside the real Afterlife Ecto to kind of work off of as far as building some of the instrumentation that's in there. I know the floor is kind of all one level, so I'm going to have to kind of see if I can do that in here, or if I do have to change the level of the floor. So like I said, just a few, not minor, but a few tasks yet to finish. But the doors were a big one. I was really concerned on how I was gonna really make that work, because that was a very combined, pretty much 50-50 between the mock instructions and the Lego instructions, plus a few minor changes that I just had to do on my own to try to figure some stuff out to get everything to work. But the doors are going to be awesome. They work, so we got that solved. So on to the next stuff here. So but I figured before I get too far, bring you guys back in for an update. You guys can see we got the rear bumpers on. I did add my step on these that I added on the original version over here. That was something that's not included in the mock instructions, but it is on the real car, so I wanted to make sure to get those put on. So I am having to reference back to some of the changes that I made on that one up there, and just making sure anything that I have changed stays up to date on these cars. And I'm getting really close to the point where we're gonna break off with one of these and just concentrate on one at a time. But I am trying to get a lot of this inner stuff figured out on both of these at the same time, just that way I don't have to go back and reference a bunch of pictures and take even more time looking through photos. I can just work on them both right now, and then, like I said, once we get them to a point, then I will be able to segregate them, work on one, finish that one, and then work on the other. So but yeah, guys, that's it for this update. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'm definitely happy with how things are coming along, how things are looking. And yeah, that's it for this one, guys. So till next time, take care.